Hey everybody, welcome back to my studio. I am Kym Balthazar, and this is the next episode of Creative Compass, where I talk to you about what I accomplished last week and what my goals are for this week. So if you're just joining us, I am an oil and cold wax abstract artist in Northeastern Pennsylvania, and I'm happy that you're here. So I have my journal, my weekly journal. I've been utilizing this daily and it's been really helpful. So I'm just going, first I just want to talk to you a little bit, just for a couple minutes. So bear with me and then I'll get to the week ahead. But I landed my largest commission to date this week. Yay me. Super excited, but I have to say, if you're in my Instagram subscriber group, I've talked about this a couple times. I'm not a huge fan of commissions. Now, I'll never turn one down unless you're asking me for like a pet portrait or something like that, because I just don't do that. But it's a lot of pressure. As an abstract artist, they might see a painting and they're like, oh, I love that painting. Can you make that for me? No, I can't. I can't make you that painting because I paint intuitively. It all comes from inside and like how I'm feeling that day. And just, the marks are going to be different. The layers of paint, how I apply the paint, everything like that is going to be different. So before I take an abstract commission, I really emphasize the point with the client that we can pick a palette together, but that's kind of the extent of it. My process is I do check in halfway through the painting just to make sure compositionally it's working for them as well. But if you're an abstract artist, what you do halfway through a painting could look entirely different by the end of the painting. So I also put that caveat in there too, because the nature of the game is we don't know what this is going to look like at the end. Even though, I do my little paintings. If you're not familiar with them, you can check them out on my website, but all the links will be below. I do use some of my littles, A, for palette choices later down the road, and B, for compositional thoughts. Like I said, they never end up being exact, but I have referenced some of my little paintings and they have come in handy when I'm stuck on a composition. So I don't know. I've really been, with the whole commission thing, I've realized that in the last year, my paintings have just become a little too precious. And what I mean by that is I'm getting way too attached to them during the process. And then because it's taking me longer, because when I say that they're being too precious, it's like I'm focusing more into some of the details, and I shouldn't be doing that. I need to look at the overall picture. Yes, detailing is important, but I let it become too important. And I need to step back and just remember this should be coming from inside, from here, and not from here. When here gets in the way, paintings are never as successful. And I've realized this because most of the paintings I've been selling lately are my older paintings. So that means when I didn't give a crap and I didn't have imposter syndrome and I wasn't worried about what people are thinking about my paintings, I made better paintings. So I need to seriously get out of my head, get back to the fun and the joy and the pure intuitive nature of abstract painting and really connect with that again, because that is where the good paintings live. That's where they are birthed from. And I have so many good paintings here that just need to come out. So I am excited about this commission because I feel like, actually I do feel, but I also know that this painting, it's going to come from here because it needs to. And now that my life is settled back into like some sort of normalcy, I can connect with that part of me again and really have a lot of fun with this. So without further ado, I'm going to reflect back on last week, see what I accomplished, let you guys know what I'm planning on doing this week. And yeah, so I do have to reference this because I don't remember what I said I was going to do. So last week I said I would record my Cool Kids exclusive. So again, over on Instagram, my subscriber group, they get a exclusive video once a month that is just for them. And this month, I gave them, I had actually planned like a whole painting session, and I filmed the whole painting session, but I ran into some technical difficulties and my computer rejected taking all of that video and letting me like put it into a movie. So I had to snip it down. So they only got a 15-minute section, but still it's 15 minutes in real time. And if that's something that interests you, you can check it out over on Instagram. But that it took me 2 days. It was only supposed to take me like an hour, but I could check that off the list. That got done. That is up. I did, my other two things that I really wanted to do was I am working on a new website. I was hoping to launch it at the beginning of the year, but I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's perfect. So, well, as close to perfect as I can get it. It's always going to be a work in progress. If you guys design your own sites, it's a lot of work, and there are always things that you can improve on and switch out. So anyway, I am just trying to get all my paintings up there. Like I'm going to have two sections, one paintings that have sold that collection, and then current paintings that are available for purchase. So that was my goal, to get all of the paintings like up on the site. I did accomplish some, probably a third of my paintings. So I did make some progress on that. So we'll just give that like a minus check. So we didn't officially check it off, but it is in the works. And then the last thing was, I like to do my weekly social posts, like social media on Sundays, and like just schedule them out so I don't have to worry about them, because my days are busy. Like, you know, I have a full-time job. I work on my art career full-time. So it's a lot of work, a lot of hours that I dedicate to both. So I try and get that out of the way. That didn't happen. So I ended up having to do the daily posts, and that was okay. I mean, I got to do what I got to do. So this week, it's the same pretty much as far as the social posts go. I don't know if I'm going to get to it tonight, just because my birthday's coming up, and my sister got me this awesome present where I'm getting an astrological reading for the forecast of 2025. And if you guys know me, like I'm really into that stuff. So I'm super excited. That is actually happening. I don't know. I don't have a watch. I don't know why I'm looking down there. In like a half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm excited about that. So that kind of eats up my Sunday time where I could be working on my social media posts. So I might get some done tonight. I might not. I'm not too stressed about it, because like last week, I can just do it daily. So that's all good. You know what I just realized? I didn't plug my microphone into the camera. So, oh well. I hope the audio, I'm sure, will be fine. I'm in a quiet room all by myself. But anyway, so it does have, what lessons did I learn? And I decided that the lesson that I learned was, it's okay to give yourself a little bit of grace when you don't accomplish everything you set out to accomplish. You are human. Life events come up. You get exhausted. You need to respect your body. You need to respect your frame of mind. So give yourself a little grace. It's all good. And then my goals for this week are, I sold 2 little paintings the other day to one of my oldest, actually not one of my oldest and dearest friend. And I don't know why she bought them. I would have just given them to her, but she insisted. So those are getting shipped out to California. Everybody keep California in your thoughts and prayers, because these wildfires are just horrendous. Luckily, where she's at, she's not affected, but of course, living in California, she knows a lot of people that are, and it's awful. And then actually another painting that's going out to California One of my college friends is a fantastic artist as well. His name is Dave Rankin, and we are doing a little exchange. So he gets a painting, I get a painting. I build my collection. It's all good. And so that one, he's out in California too, in an area that is getting affected. So I want to make sure that, now's a good time to ship that out. But again, thoughts and prayers, everybody keep them in your thoughts. And, let's hope that they're almost over. What else am I doing? I'm going to do some prep work for the commission. I ordered my supplies. A 3-foot by 6-foot wooden panel is like in the $300 range. So when people ask why art is so expensive, that's a contributing factor. Also, 3 tubes of paint, like small tubes, like you can't see them, but over there, 3 tubes of paint were close to $80. So depending on the colors, depending on, your brand, I love Gamblin paints. I always will. That's my go-to. So the minerals that they use for certain colors will make the price a little bit more expensive. So yeah, so this painting is already, starting out to be on the expensive side. So that is why paintings, original paintings with good quality products have a price tag. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Oh, there's a jury show deadline that's on Friday. So I'm going to enter a couple pieces into that. I haven't really done many jury shows in the last year. I want to get back into that a little bit. I'm being pretty selective on what I am applying to. So wish me luck. That one is going in on Friday. I want to work on the big paintings that I've been working on. I really want to finish it. I'm going to try and do wet on wet to finish this one up. We'll see how it goes. Remember what I was talking about? The intuitive, let's just not think about it. Let's just make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. And then I finished, where is it? Is this it? Yeah. Ooh, this painting is called Shattered Blue. This was a nice surprise painting because I really was just using it to put my extra paint on, and it ended up being a legitimately, I think, good painting. So I took out the tape, I'm letting it dry, I'm going to photograph that, get it ready for the site, and then I'm going to order a mat for it. And then I have some littles that I need to order mats for, so I'm going to get the mat order in. So that's kind of a full plate for this week. So I don't know. I feel pretty confident I'm going to be able to get that done. And I will check in with you guys next week. We'll see how I do. So anyway, I wish you all a fantastic and creative week. And if you don't have the time, or if you're just not feeling up to it, give yourself a little grace. It's okay. You can always go back to it. And I will see you next week. Okay. Bye, everybody.